Are there any real niggas left? There has to be one real nigga left.
I'm trying to be cool, but goddamn.
White guilt. Now, I'm already knowing a lot of y'all probably don't frequent these online spaces, so you're probably asking yourself, what the hell is white guilt? But don't even trip. I'm gonna put you on game. White guilt refers to the individual or collective feeling of shame and remorse experienced by some white people when they recognize the historical and ongoing legacy of racism and racial injustice and perceive the ways they have benefited from the system of white supremacy and privilege. Now, apparently, these people been feeling this way for some decades now. But if you're like me, I know you asking yourself, when the hell have these people ever felt remorse or guilt or shame? But let's get into all that.
When did this whole like white guilt thing become such a pushed narrative?
I think in the last 20 years is when it really, it's been around for a long time, but that's really when they made a huge push.
And that's you believe that's just from the idea that like we could break this down so that then we can take control?
Yes, 100%. And you want to know why? Because no other group has guilt. When George Floyd, when they kneeled on his neck, and then everybody rioted, do black people have any guilt about that? Are black people hanging their heads in shame because of the crime that goes on everywhere?
Hey, yo. Man, I'm surprised ain't nobody done slid up on this nigga and prayed for him.
Let's go into church and we're gonna pray for these niggas. Have mercy, Jesus.
All right, this might hurt some feelings, but whatever. I was just scrolling through my feed and I saw a couple of posts about how white people have no culture. And I'm just over this white guilt, white shame type stuff. I'm not advocating for white supremacy. I'm just advocating the end of white silence and the end of white guilt and the end of white shame, because our culture participated in nothing that your culture hadn't participated in previously.
Wrong.
We didn't start slavery, but we damn sure ended it.
Y'all did not end slavery. First off, Abraham Lincoln said, if I could preserve the Union, but also keep these niggas enslaved, I would. But they realized shit was getting out of hand and y'all was f***ing the church's money up.
The place that slavery still exists are in people of color societies in Africa and the Middle East. The Vikings figured out how to circumnavigate the globe before the Islamic world ever figured out how to get their feet wet. It wasn't us that was going into Africa and pulling the slaves out. It was other Africans grabbing them and enslaving them.
You halfway right with that. Because don't just say it wasn't y'all going in there pulling them out. Y'all was going in there and pulling them out just after you paid for them. And Africans, y'all ain't off the hook with that either.
We invented democracy. We invented the constitutional republic. The bubonic plague wiped out half of Europe. And what did we do? We got together and discovered Western medicine and inoculations and vaccines. I'm not saying that we're better than you, but we're damn sure not.
These people used to live in straight filth.
There are 4 major ethnic groups in this planet. There are black people, white people, Asian people, and Hispanic people. And we are the smallest. And we are the only group that you're demanding shut up. And because we're not doing it anymore, you're just going to scream racist louder and louder and louder. And we are done caring. We are not ashamed of who we are. We are not better than you, but we're damn sure no worse. And if we're so freaking terrible, then why? Why does the entire Eastern world flock to countries that we created? Answer me that.
Yeah, the whole white guilt and all that bullshit, that's done with. We don't care. I am very proud that I am white.
White man, what are you proud of? That's the real question.
Doesn't mean anything other than that. Why is it okay for a black person to say, I'm proud to be black, but I can't say I'm proud to be white?
First off, we can say that we're proud to be black because systematically you tried to show us we couldn't do nothing, we couldn't achieve nothing, and we were, what is it, 3/5 of a human, less than a human being? So yes, we feel like we can say we proud to be black because we have straight martyrs around the world that everybody revere that's not degenerate. Y'all don't have not one person that y'all can say that y'all can look to as a hero or a figure that you can look up to that's not a freaking degenerate. You can't name one.
How is that racist? You guys are dumb. Just mentally,
You guys are dumb.
you have mental retardation, okay?
How many more times is it my fault? Is it my grandkids' fault too? Is it my grandkids' fault too?
Your fault.
It is? I mean, I'm saying, like, I'm just saying generationally, I understand it's about equality and like, hey, these certain people were oppressed. You can fucking look it up in anywhere and it's not, no one's denying it. I'm just saying like it's not my fault, but it was my fault.
Nobody said it was your fault. Who the hell told y'all people that today y'all are responsible for what happened hundreds of years ago? It's like, damn, just acknowledge that it happened. That's all black people are saying. Just acknowledge it.
This racist
What the hell? That's it? Mediocrity.
white man said this in a black barbershop.
You have young white people who are getting more and more mad. I'm just telling you the truth.
What they mad?
And they have the guts. They're mad because this thing. Here's why. Here's why. They go, look, I'm 12 times more likely to be killed by a black person than you are a white person. And you go, well, that doesn't count. They go, look, my dad's business.
Hold up. That was a bold-faced lie. The most recent comprehensive data from the U.S. federal agencies is for 2003. As of 2025, statistics are not yet available. The available data indicates that most murder victims are killed by offenders of the same race. The Bureau of Justice Statistics and FBI data shows that homicides are largely intraracial. When the victim-offender relationship could be identified in 2023, a vast majority of black victims, 78.2%, were killed by someone that they knew. Black people die at the hands of black people more often, just like white folks die at the hands of white folks more often. It's just proximity. So what are we talking about? You went to this black man barbershop and straight lied to these black people. I wish these black men had a little more arsenal to be able to combat you in that, but you was duplicitous as hell.
Got burned down.
Yeah,
My city got burned down. I've been accused of being a racist, even though I'm not. And I'm looking at this right now, and I'm not allowed to have an opinion. And I can't go into certain neighborhoods because I get my ass kicked. And then you just say, yeah, but you've had systemic power.
White folks can walk around whoever neighborhood they wanted to. And if you want to be real, back in Jim Crow days, we couldn't go to none of y'all areas, but y'all stayed at the juke joint. Y'all always wanted to come around us slumming. Let me calm down.
That is a surefire way to breed racism.
Steven Crowder is right. White guilt is dying and black fatigue is growing. Black people are the only people in America that fail to take any responsibility for our own actions. And everyone is tired of it, not just white people, other minorities.
Where do they find these niggas? What's wrong with him? This nigga is sick.
This is a sickness. It is deviant, therefore we don't want it.
As well. White people have given everything to black people. And black people love to spit right back in the face of white people. And they're getting fucking tired of it. This is how you can tell these men have been raised by nothing but single mothers. They take no responsibility and they're bitching and moaning about everything. Nothing but excuses coming out of grown-ass men. This is why I consider black Gen X to be the worst generation.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible. And do everything in my power to educate my community. I will love my black neighbors the same as my white ones.
Who told y'all to do that? Oh my God, that shit's so cringy. We don't believe y'all. You can be in whatever kumbaya, mayo circle that you want to be in until we see that political action behind y'all. All that shit is cap.
I kept hearing white people talk about white guilt, and I was genuinely confused at first. Like, what guilt? White people don't feel guilty about a damn thing. They will colonize, steal, rewrite the history books, claim they don't see color, and still paint themselves as the victim. Then it hit me. The thing they keep calling white guilt, that shaky, uncomfortable feeling, that little twitch in their spirit when somebody tells the truth, that ain't guilt. That's what the rest of us call accountability. See, white people think that the moment the world stops coddling them and starts correcting them, oh, suddenly it's guilt, suddenly it's oppression, suddenly I feel attacked. No, nobody's attacking you. We're all just finally telling the truth without whispering.
All right, family, we about to wrap this video up. But this last video, shout out XO Speaks on YouTube.
If you haven't heard about it already, there's a new narrative floating around called No More White Guilt. And yes, I'm serious. From big names like Elon Musk supporting it to just everyday normal people, it's starting to gain a lot of traction. I mean, like I showed you before, just this TikTok alone has gotten a lot of engagement. That's not always an indicator of how people feel in real life, but it does mean something. So the meaning of the no more white guilt phrase is white people pretty much saying that they shouldn't feel personally guilty for slavery or racism that happened in the past. They're pretty much saying that they never owned any slaves and they never participated in the racist behavior that their ancestors engaged in. So they feel like they really have nothing to do with it.
White people need to stop falling for the propaganda of white guilt. Enough already. We were not around 200 years ago. I wasn't, my grandparents were, my great-grandparents weren't. Just stop. The world was a brutal and barbaric place all over the place.
White guilt is dead, and people are not happy about it. No one should feel guilty for the color of their skin, but yet me saying those 4 words, white guilt is dead, probably pissed a ton of you off, but stay mad.
I don't owe an apology to one motherfucking person. I cannot stand that white people are being told to apologize for, even though they've never done one racist thing in their fucking life. Have people gone fucking mad? Apologize for what?
I don't feel any white guilt. I don't feel any guilt, hereditary guilt. I feel guilt for things I've done in my own life that have been wrong. I feel guilt sometimes for my actions towards other people, which are not as generous as they could have been. I feel guilt about my own life. I feel no hereditary guilt, and nobody else should either.
None of you alive today ever owned a slave. Not one of you have ever owned a plantation. None of you have a cotton field. Nothing. I don't ever want you to feel guilty because you're white, because that's stupid. I don't feel guilty for being Hispanic. Why should you feel guilty for being white?
Nobody's asking you to cry, nobody's asking you to hate yourself, and nobody's asking for a personal apology. This is about accountability. And honestly, I don't even know where y'all are getting that from, because nobody has ever said that. What black people want is fairness, equality, and recognition. That's it. Nobody's asking for anything extra. We want acknowledgement that our history didn't just end. We want to be able to have honest conversations about how systems still affect outcomes. We want equal treatment without having to prove our humanity first. And we want the ability to talk about our reality without being dismissed as emotional, angry, or manipulative. It's really just truth without defensiveness. We have history to prove everything. But honestly, that's part of the problem. A lot of y'all are willfully ignorant, and you're not even equipped to have this type of conversation because you don't know anything about black history. We're forced to learn about y'all history, but when it comes to ours, y'all don't care.
I hear a lot of people complain that we don't talk about black history enough. Well, yeah, maybe it's because y'all are busy stealing everyone else's history.
Okay, everybody, a lot of people are going to be saying happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work. Have a good day.
Now, Black History Month's rather come to an end because there isn't very much Black history to have a month about. So the month gets shorter every year by a couple of days.
What does that mean to you, Black History Month? It means that that's racism because they don't celebrate White History Month. We don't have it. I'm part Italian. I don't have Italian History Month.
All right, family. I'm about to get up out of here, but y'all already know. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. But look, since y'all over that white guilt, be over them white tears too. I don't want to hear that shit all in my comments, but I'm just playing with y'all. But don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here.